Jay, and part of me knows the answer to the question, but I feel like I have to ask it anyway. No, but no. Everything is an extension now here in Washington, and I know you just went through a litany of reasons, and you say it is all the Republicans. But you just talked about sequester, and there is a tour going around. John McCain is leading a tour on sequester, and everything is in it. Do you guys have any responsibility here of the fact that we live in a town that only passes everything by 6 months extension? So we have a 6-month extension on the budget. Everything is about avoiding the next delay. The sequester, everybody's finger pointing now, but it is just to kick the can. And I understand you just went through and said, hey, it's all their fault. It's all their fault. You guys have no responsibility in this whatsoever. Should you be having more summits here? Should you be forcing Boehner to just sit there and not answer you? I mean, I guess, is there a different way you guys should be going about this?
It's a fair question about what is the best way to bring about the kind of consensus that has been lacking. And what I think all of us here have learned, and certainly those of us in the White House have learned in the last year and a half, is that getting things through this Congress that enjoy broad public support but which are opposed by a particularly powerful wing of the Republican Party, especially in the House, wealthiest Americans to pay a little bit more so that the middle class doesn't get stuck with the burden. So that
you guys have had this sort of throw up your hands approach. You know what? They're not willing to talk. They're not willing to negotiate.
But I think my point is that on a number of issues, including extension of the payroll tax cut, extension of unemployment insurance, including ensuring that student loans didn't double, the rates didn't double for millions of young Americans across the country. The president works both here in Washington, but worked in raising the profile of these issues across the country, and that had the effect, fortunately, of bringing about a vote in Congress that was the right one, that broke the back, if you will, of what initially was opposition to the president's position, and I think that's what we believe is can bring about consensus here. But let's
go back to the fundamental question. Do you guys own any of this?
Look, the president is president. He's